Good morning, friends. This morning, I'm going to just brief how to narrate a story because storytelling is a kind of mechanical work. It is a methodology which requires a lot of, techniques. Storytelling में बहुत सारे टेक्निक की जरूरत होती है. It's a kind of beautiful narrative which grabs the attention of the audience and makes them understand what message the speaker wants to convey. The very first thing in a story is a story is a three-act structure. A story थ्री एक्ट स्ट्रक्चर है. आप पूछ सकते हैं उसमें क्या है. Divide the entire narrative into first setup. Create a setup in the story. Then second one is confrontation. There must be conflict. Develop a conflict inside the story. Third, find a resolution. Because last but not the least, resolving the issue or conflict is the main task of the story. So I repeat, divide the entire narrative into three parts. पहला क्या है? Create a setup. The plot must be created like where you have really started the story, whether you have started on a mountain, on a hill, or in a residential area, or it is in your school or in a college. Then follow the normal situation, create a rise in tension and falling down, and make a point, then come to a closure. Map out specific challenges and rising action towards a single climax. Then bring scene to life. That is very important through emotion and direct character speech. Then use conflict to drive the plot and create a message to the story. अभी हम एक छोटी सी स्टोरी, छोटा सा नरेटिव कहने जा रहे हैं जिसको कैसे कहना है ये सोचना है. द स्टोरी इज लाइफ इज एन आर्ट ऑफ हीलिंग एंड enjoying. Healing the pain and enjoying. Once it happened, there were two friends, Jason and Lily. Well, Jason used to be very active. As a boy, he was very supportive and very lively. On the contrary, Lily often remained sad. She didn't talk to anyone. She only had a negative thought in her mind. She often remained in bed and didn't want to go out. Jason and Lily studied in both studied in the same class. But Jason couldn't give up. He always motivated her to attend the school. Lily attended the school, but she still remained quiet, as if something is hovering in her heart. It appeared as if the storm is creating a turmoil in her brain. She behaved as if she's being pushed by the heavy feelings in her heart. She was broken from inside. It appeared as if someone had lost all hope of living a life. Jason was quite worried. But oh, what a pity he couldn't understand what was going on in Lily's mind. He didn't ask her directly any question, but often came and sat with her and tried to comfort her. He was not able to understand why her heart was getting heavier day by day. In the school also, they remained, together, they sat together, but Lily hardly smiled. She couldn't smile. She just listened to the lesson and came back home. On the contrary, Jason was very active. He completed his homework, talked to his parents very lively, and whenever he got time, he rushed to come to Lily. Oh, what a heavy, responsibility he was carrying on. Once he just sat beside her. Lily was sobbing, crying. He didn't ask her any question, but he was equally pained to see her crying. He asked, "Look, Lily, life is meant for healing. We should not have heavy heart with all the negativity of mind. I know you are undergoing some pain inside. I am not a therapist, but I can heal your heart through my gesture, through my support." Once they went out, it was raining. They sat together. The raindrops fell as if they were soothing their mind. Lily was a bit comfortable. She just cried, but then suddenly Jason, looked towards her with all the, love and affection. She just burst out with, some words. She said, "Jason, I'm broken inside." Jason, just having heard this word, said, "Look, Lily, you are not broken inside. You need some love and affection. You are a very brave girl. You can come up, you can cope up with that." Lily just smiled. She had a little drop of, a ray of hope in her heart. She just, smiled and said, "Jason, you had always been encouraging to me. I had lost hope for life, but now I can understand that there is still some hope." Both of them sat looking at the raindrops falling like golden words on their beautiful cheeks. It appeared as if God had been gifting them with some beautiful rays of aspirations. Now Lily could understand that Jason was healing her heart, and after a few days, both of them became very friendly. Lily often shared her feelings, saying, "There is a lot of pain in this world." And as soon as Jason heard this, he just confronted, saying, "Well, there are pains in life, but there are, joy also." They often went walking together. They saw flowers blooming. They were tempted to see the flowers. Lily often saw the flowers, and then she had a spark of, hope in her mind. After 3 weeks, you know, Jason was now doing his homework and coping with the syllabus. At the same time, he was helping Lily cope up with her homework. Lily, just had a plan. She visited one, church. She came out of the church and then she told Jason, "Jason, you have saved my life." And both of them talked for an hour. The conclusion came to be very confronting, that she was struggling to come out of depression. Later on, when they finished their education, she started a mental health center. Lily started a mental health center, and she often talked to the people suffering from depression and anxiety and healed them as she was healed by Jason. Now she found meaning in living a life with joy. She told everybody that, look, anxieties and depressions are just like cancer. We should never allow anxiety to come to mind. We should try to cope up with the anxieties and challenges bravely. And later on, Jason grew to be a doctor. Both of them started a mental health center, and they found the meaning in their life. Later on, they got married and they lived happily. So see how this story has been narrated. This story has a message that hope sustains life, and helping one another can be a miracle to everyone. Thank you. Have a nice morning. This is Eddie Singh on the channel Easy English by Eddie Singh.